Oh, God bless me. What's up, everybody? Thanks for checking the live out. Just working on my sketchbook. Welcome. Welcome to the live. Just doing some sketches. If you're new to the channel, I mainly do live illustrations and post shorts about artwork. Something that I'm passionate about. But thanks for checking it out. Just working on some line work tonight. Trying to create different textures with just lines pretty much. Perfecting the craft. I think I'm gonna do a video once the sketchbook is done about just all the stuff that's in it. I like to draw birds. My favorites are owls, but I've been working on other things too, like flowers and skulls and shit like that. But I appreciate all you guys checking out the live. Doing this kind of stuff truly makes me happy. I don't know if you can see that. It's coming together. It's looking pretty cool. An owl flying right here and an owl just gazing, gazing off, eyeing its prey. But the challenging thing with doing an owl like this is that it's all white, so there's not a lot to work off of. So you're mainly dealing with shadows and shades and different layers of feathers. Very delicate, but still fun. And I have another reference photo for this bird too. But thanks for checking it out. I got this sketchbook in the mail the other day. And I've just been working on it throughout the weekend. Now into the week, but once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers. It's truly awesome that you guys are taking a liking to my art. Me super stoked that you guys dig this shit. Looking pretty cool. Coming together. And this is just with a single size. I think it's a 3. Yeah. All microns. And here I'm just blacking out the eye because this type of owl's eye is just straight solid. but you can't do it all the way black. You gotta leave some black or some white for the reflectiveness. Because when light hits an eyeball, it doesn't matter what kind of eyeball it is. When light hits the eyeball, it's got water on it or liquid or some sort of it makes it reflective because it's wet. Hopefully that helps. I don't know, but I think that looks pretty cool. Super perfectionist when it comes to drawing, so I try my best to keep attention to detail. But then once you get like into the process of it, you just have in the back of your mind like, don't fuck it up. Looks pretty cool though. But once again, thanks for checking this out. Hold on, I gotta do something. Mm. There we go. I didn't even know any of you guys were on here. I couldn't see my live chat. I'm sorry. Plans for the background? I don't know yet. I'm just sketching some stuff, but I want to try to fill this whole book up. Um, Beautiful artwork, random thoughts. Thank you. Wow, really good. Thank you. Random. Um, what do the different size of pens do to your drawing? So, Aquatica, the different size pens, like I tried to explain this in a time lapse video that I did the other day of an owl. So, like, here, let me show you. I have a number 5 here, right? So the number 5 is a thicker felt tip, okay? So that's what you're going to use for like darkening shadows, creating a lot of dark marks in a large space. Now, with this owl over here, so it's a white owl, and I'm not using, like, there's not a lot of dark shades or tints or any like really dark areas. There's a lot of fine lines though. So you're going to want to use a thinner tipped pen just for thinner lines. It can get really technical when you start cross hatching like hella on it. So with this is an 8, so this would be good for like blacking out a whole background or something like that. Hey, what's up, Zuishan? 2 fine lines. This is a 003. So this would be really good for like tiny, tiny hairs or something like that. Like tiny, tiny lines, thin lines. Now, what you could do with all of these pens put together is build up, start thin, and then get darker and darker, bolder and bolder, which will, until it'll eventually create more depth, more shadows, um, deeper sense of form within the piece. Pretty much, yeah, they are for all different details. Um, they're all used for different things, but like say you want to create less light on a piece. You want it darker, you want to use a thicker pen. You want to create more light on a piece and have it actually be where the light's hitting it. You want to use a thinner pen. I hope that makes sense. Yes, it is birds. It's There's an owl over here and an owl flying over here. And then I don't know if I showed you guys this yet. I did it in my other live stream. This is what I did yesterday. That's what I did yesterday. It's all same type of pens. Uh, yeah, and then I started this one not too long ago. Lilies and a crow. The crows, I don't know. I have a tough time drawing crows, so I thought I'd challenge myself. But I'm gonna put a blue jay over here. So yeah. Uh Bianoman. I love birds too. I think they're great. Owls are my favorite. Just working on my sketchbook tonight. Went for a drive. Now I'm back. But thanks to everybody checking out the live, dude. I'll be chilling. I'll be chilling on here for a minute. So spread the word. Sean Towns is live. And then Aquatica. If you if you get really technical with your shading, so if you hold this at an angle and just go back and forth like this, like you're shading with a pencil, that'll give you an even thinner, more consistent straight line. So for example, I'm not holding the pen straight to the paper. I'm holding it at an angle and just going back and forth, going over those initial scratch marks that I did. Now what that does is that creates a deeper sense of shade and depth within the form of the owl. So I hope that makes sense. But that's one of the reasons why I come on here is to help you guys in your artistic journey. So, like, that's a great point. It's not just the tip. Like, you can use fine lines with the tip of the pen, but if you hold it at an angle, you'll have more control of the crosshatch, okay? And you'll have more of a consistent fine line. But it'll be so faint that you can barely see it unless you look up close. And that's what brings the people into your piece, is because when they look at it closely, they'll think, oh my goodness, look how many single individual lines there are on this piece of paper. When really you're just going like this. You are very smart, yes. But I think personally, the more you draw, the more consistent you'll get with your line work. That's just my opinion, though. I try to draw every day, but I have assessments that get in my free time. I mean, at least you're taking the initiative to try to draw every day, which is good. Yeah, I've drawn people before. Like I've done it in digital paintings, and when I was younger, I used to do a lot of portraits, but I try to steer clear of portraits because I'm a huge perfectionist, and if it doesn't turn out the way I like if it doesn't look photorealistic to the picture that I'm looking at, then I don't like it. So with animals, you have more freedom to do more organic things. Yeah, I do digital art as well. Mostly animals though. Check out my channel, dude. There's a couple shorts on there. They're time-lapse videos of digital paintings that I've done. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like digital painting. It's a good time. It's cost effective and it I don't know, it's just fun. Impressive. Thanks, dude. I'll make a short by the end of the week. I printed out a digital painting. It should be here by Thursday. So I'll do like a time lapse of it or something and then show like the final piece or some shit like that. That's cool. But I want to thank the new subscribers tonight. You guys are killer. I'm getting so close to my goal. I want to thank everybody who's been just checking out my artwork. I think it's cool that you guys find this interesting. I do this all the time. It's probably my favorite hobby. Wendigos? I don't know what that is. They're like deer, huh? Interesting. I may have to look that up. Is it like a mythical deer or something like that? Thanks for checking out the live, y'all. Wendigo. Interesting. I may have to look that up. Yeah, I'm working on my sketchbook tonight. I'm gonna try to fill this up in the duration of the time that I have off from work. and I'm getting there. Like I did that the other night. Made some shorts about it. Looks pretty cool. Some lilies. And then I did this one. I started that one earlier tonight. Decided to take a break on it. I did this one last night. It's not finished yet, but I'll get there. All I mainly have is just line work left on it. It looks cool though. And I was thinking on blacking out the whole background with ink. What do you do for work if you don't mind me asking? Thanks, dude. Um, I work in a factory, so basically I work at an Amazon fulfillment center, and I love my job. It's a great job, but I would much rather do this for a living. Um, but sometimes that's just not in the cards. And besides, this is more of a hobby that I just enjoy doing. Like I've like people have bought my artwork before, and it's an amazing feeling. But you shouldn't do artwork to become rich because that's that's not like most artists fame come after their death. Like Vincent van Gogh, when he was on his deathbed, he was surrounded by his fucking paintings, right? And when he was dying there on his deathbed, people would come in and buy his paintings right in front of him, with him knowing not with him knowing that he wasn't going to be able to enjoy the cash that he was getting for it because he was pretty much like dead. So, but I mean, like, I enjoy working at a factory. I certainly get my exercise in. Um, and the money's good, so thank you, dude. Peak techniques. What does Sigma mean, dude? That's some new slang I haven't heard yet. What's Sigma mean? Like really good or something? I don't know. Dude, I'm getting up there, guys. Like I'm not young and hip like I used to be. I'm not 19 anymore. You know what I mean? Sigma. It's so Sigma, dude. Like, what the hell does that mean? I'll be 38 in May, dude, and still crushing it, dude. Still crushing it in life. Aquatica, what does that mean? What are you trying to say? Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I'll be right back. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Storm anxiety. Maple Leaf, where are you? St. Louis, Missouri. I got family out in Missouri. Hell yeah. Right on, dude. What kind of storms? Is it snowing or is it raining or thunderstorms, tornadoes? That's cool, dude. You just gotta embrace that stuff. You gotta embrace the fact that it's like that's biometric pressure within the atmosphere that is creating a beautiful light show if you're into it. But Maple Leaf, I'm sorry that you can't sleep from that. Thanks for checking out my live. I'm just working on some uh some sketches, working in my sketchbook. I'm drawing two owls right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the background though. What do you guys think? Anything? Any suggestions? Uh, Damn. Well, get well soon. Hopefully your PTSD is not too bad. If you like what you see here on the live stream, check out my channel, dude. I post mainly stuff about artwork and the occasional disc golf. Um, Appreciate you stopping in and saying what's up. The only way you'll get better at art is if you do more art. No matter how good it is, no matter how crappy it is, you will get better at it if you continue to pursue it. How old are you, Maple Leaf? Just to put it into perspective, like I'm gonna be 38. I've been doing this kind of stuff since I was like in the second grade. Do you work at all, or do you just go to school? Why is everyone so old? I just go to school. All right, well, when you do eventually get a job, because it will have to happen, you'll eventually have to work. Invest in some solid materials. And I mean, like, you don't have to get the top of the line in materials. Like this sketchbook that I'm working in right now, $5, Amazon. These pens, like $10, Amazon. And like, you don't even have to get those types of materials. Like, you could literally go make a fire and pull a piece of charcoal out of the fire pit and draw on a wall and then just rinse it off with water or like a hose. But still, you're like exercising your creative muscle to where you'll get better at drawing. That's like the primitive of the primitive, though. Right on. Hey, at least you're getting into the workforce. What type of work is it? That's cool. Hey, dude, there's nothing wrong with dishes. When I was when I was 22, I was working three jobs. I was working at a gas station. I was a sign shaker, and I washed dishes. Like, if there's anything I could tell you, you guys watching this, because I know you're all young. I know you guys are all in high school. Do whatever you can to try to work as hard as you can until you're about the age of like 25, 30. Because once you reach that age with all that work history under your belt, then you'll be able to know what type of workload you'll be able to take once you get older. If you take that as good advice, I hope you do, but that's what I did. Aquatica, how old are you? I want to say like 15, maybe. I have no idea. Anyways, what I'm getting at is hustle as hard as you can so you could buy the materials that you want to work with to continue your artistic journey. But you can also do that to pursue any type of medium, whether that be throwing ceramics, um, blowing glass, anything, woodworking, anything. You're 14 years old. Be a kid, dude. Enjoy being a kid, Aquatica. Like a, you're just into your adolescence, man. Like enjoy that shit. Live it up. Hey, dude. I mean, like, I try to give good advice. When I had my first full-time job when I was like 16, and yeah, I was mixing concrete in the back of a sandbox. It fucking sucked. And it was a whole summer, and the only cool part about it was when it rained, we got the day off, which was dope. But I mean, like, if if you can work, work. That's cool. Um, but I mean, and like with that being said, like if you can work, work. Think about the people who can't work. You know what I'm saying? Like think about the people who are disabled and all they want to do is work, but they can't. That's cool. I mean, like that's cool that you still got some side cash on the side, but I mean, like 20 bucks a month, that's nothing, dude. But good on you for not asking for more money just because you enjoyed the fact that you got to spend time with her, right? That's good. Don't think it's scary, dude. Don't think that growing up is scary. Because I mean, like, it's growing up has been fun, but by by sticking with artistic creativity and exercising your imagination, it keeps that childlike mindset in your mind all the time. Because like I can literally create anything on this in this sketchbook right now. You know what I'm saying? No one can take that from you, no matter how old you are. You get what I'm saying? This is good advice, guys. You guys are giving great advice. I took care of my dad for a while. Um, yeah, it was. I mean, I got paid for it by the state, but at the same time, I loved hanging out with him, and I try to find opportunities to hang out with him as much as possible. Whether that be in the garden or working on cars or whatever, helping them around the house. Like, yeah, you're working at the same time, but still you get to spend time with your loved ones because you know they're not always going to be around. That's true. That's true, dude. Like, I think that's one thing that people look past so much is you don't know if you're going to make it home that same night you leave the house. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one thing that people take for granted the most is just getting home so safely. Oh, here we go. What's up, dude? Exo Sane. Dang, nice art. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you saying that, man. Those are kind words, dude. I'm working in my sketchbook tonight. My name's Sean. I'm drawing two owls right now. And yeah, how am I? I'm doing great. I got I got my coffee. I got my nicotine. I'm doing some sketches. I got the next week and a half off, so I'm chilling, dude. I got some goals for myself this evening. I'm trying to get to 400 subscribers. I mainly post things on here about artwork and art related things. And I love to do live streams. I love doing live illustrations and live watercolor paintings. So if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel, man. Owls without feathers do look funny, dude. They look like aliens, man. Straight up. Oh, you've already subbed? Well, thank you, dude. Hell yeah. Cool. Well, I'm drawing some owls. That's just on this section. This is what I did yesterday. I did this the other day. It's pretty cool. It's almost finished. Just mainly line work. I got these Micron pens in the mail the other day. I got this new sketchbook. We're chilling, dude. Started this earlier tonight. I think the crow's a little jacked up, but the flowers look cool. I appreciate you saying that, bro. Thank you, dude. What's going on here? Any advice for good financial development? Oh, dude. So I don't feel like the real world. Maybe not always feel like a house, but good cars, working ones. Um, Watch your impulse spending, dude. Maple Leaf. If you want good financial advice, watch your impulse spending. Like if you can't live without it, think about how much you really fucking need it. And you have to weigh out your wants and needs. That's all I got. Because I mean like me personally, I'm not the best at finances. I impulse buy all the time. I play scratch tickets. If I want it, I get it. And the only way I'm like that, the only reason I'm like that is because I grew up pretty poor, dude. And like if I ever wanted anything, like my first car wasn't given to me by my parents. I had to get a job and go fucking buy it. But yeah, um, when it comes to like I said before, like if you want anything, dude, go out and get it. Do whatever you have to do to get what you want. As long as it's not illegal or you won't get killed or put in jail for it, you got this, dude. Like there's nothing wrong with working something that you for something that you want. You know what I mean? Like if you want something, go sell lemonade on the corner until you have $1,000. You know what I mean? If you really want something, you will find a way to make money to get what you want. You'll get them good, dude. Like I said, like, dude, you're still in high school. Like, take this next year to really evaluate like what it is you want to do because like at 18 when you graduate high school, you're still technically a kid and you won't know what you want to do until you're like maybe 30. Like I'm 38 and am I doing what I want to do? Kind of, not really. Like I heard real life actually starts when you get into like the age of 40 to 45 because that's when people that you care about around you like your mom or your dad or your grandparents or anything like that, that's when they die and go to heaven. You know what I mean? And you don't have that support system that you had when you were growing up. You know what I'm saying? As morbid as that sounds, that's real life. My parents didn't get their life. Yeah, exactly. So you got plenty of time to figure out exactly what you want to do. I mean, like, if you want to go to school after you graduate high school, that's totally cool. My personal experience, if I were to do it again, I would have taken like at least a year to 2 years off and just fucking worked. Like I would have worked my ass off and then figure out, do I really want to go to school or do I want to go backpack through Europe or do I want to go take pilot lessons or just all sorts of there's all sorts of crazy shit you could do. Thanks for everybody checking out the live. I want to thank all the new subscribers this evening. You guys rock. I'm so close to my goal. I just need 8 more to get 400 subscribers. My name's Sean. I'm working in my sketchbook tonight. We got 2 owls right here. We got some we got some skulls and peonies on this page coming together. It's almost done. And we got this cool crow with some lilies. I was gonna do a blue jay over here. Maybe that's what I'll do right now. Put a blue jay in. Here, where'd he go? Gotta find that blue jay. Not that one. I'm looking for a reference photo right now on my iPad. I was just gonna sketch it in real quick. There it is. Cool. Do a little zoom in. You know, I really struggle with the school. The bullying, it's really bad. Aquatica, if you get bullied at school, tell somebody, dude. Like, straight up tell somebody. If you don't like how somebody's treating you at school, who cares if they call you a rat? Who cares if they call you a snitch? If it's affecting your mental health, fucking tell someone. Like, straight up, dude. Contact advice, ignore that. Yeah, ignore him, dude. Screw him. So someone earlier was asking about anatomy of like animals and shit like that. Now, when I draw, I try to, like, I was always taught just to look at the image and draw it. I don't draw with both hands. I'm right-handed. The only reason it looks like I'm left-handed in here is because the way my camera records it. But yeah, screw bullies, dude. They can go after themselves. No, this is just a rough sketch. But hopefully we get a bird out of it. Hey, you too, Maple Leaf. Enjoy the storm. Like, if I were in your shoes, I'd be passed out right now. I love thunderstorms, dude. I want to thank everybody who's been checking out this live stream tonight. Super excited about y'all. Thank you for showing your support to a small channel, an artist who just loves to do this for people. Hey, thanks, dude. I mean, I don't try. I just know, like I went through a lot. So, like, telling that Maple Leaf girl about how she should explore her options before she goes and pursues anything after high school. Like me personally, as soon as I got out of high school, I was like, fuck it, I'm out. I'm leaving the state. I'm gonna go pursue my own thing. And I did, and I almost died doing it. Like I went to college, went to art school, dropped out, and I was homeless for like 6 months in a major city, like sleeping under bridges and strung out on a bunch of fucking drugs and shit like that. Yeah. So like, I mean, I get it. Both of you guys are kids and you feel constricted by the world because you're kids. But once you become like adults, you'll finally realize like, yeah, we don't get given the opportunities that we had when we were younger. You know what I mean? So just take that in mind, dude. Like Aquatica, you're young, dude. Like you have so much of an existence to have on this planet. Which is cool to think about, dude, because like so much you have so much opportunity ahead of you, which is great. Like if you have opportunity ahead of you, capture that shit, dude. Trying to think. Sorry, I'm just like piecing shit together. It's starting to come together, dude. I like what I'm doing with this sketchbook, like a bunch of random, like a bunch of randomness. Like these lilies would never be with that type of tree branch, but it looks cool. I'm so close to my goal. Thanks for checking out the live stream. Really appreciate it. I mean, I'm trying to give good advice. I'm glad you guys see it as good advice. But hey Alexa, hey Alexa, hey Alexa, play music. It's all good, dude. I'm gonna be on here for a minute. Aquatica, I ordered a bigger, a bigger sketch pad for like larger pieces. So I'll be trying to make more time-lapse videos of those kinds of things. Um, Never mind. What do you mean? Did you have a question or something? You also have to think about how it's like almost 1, 2 o'clock in the morning for some of these people. Thanks for checking out the live stream, all y'all who have tuned in. Um, Shout out to all the new subscribers tonight. Where are you? It said 7 p.m. What part of the world are you in? Oh, that's sick, dude. There's more and more people. Like you're the third or fourth person who's subscribed to my channel that's from Australia. That's sick, dude. Thank you for your support. I gotta fix that crow, dude. I gotta do something with that. Yeah, I'll get to that later. Thanks for checking out the live, y'all. My name's Sean. I'm doing some artwork, working in my sketchbook tonight. Working on this Blue Jay right now. And this is what I did yesterday or 2 days ago. And then I've been working on these owls tonight too. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, dude. It's coming together. Looks cool. I don't know. I'm viewing it on like a super tiny screen, so I really can't see it. But I'm glad you think it looks good. And like I don't know, maybe even like once I get this sketchbook filled up, I could always go back in and watercolor them. But I appreciate all you guys checking out the live. Thanks. Bluebird of happiness. It does. It really does. Sometimes color does really make a difference. I don't know, lately, ever since yesterday, I've been really digging these pen and inks that I've been doing. Thanks for checking out the live, everybody. But we're good. Looks pretty cool. Sometimes you gotta get up and take a look from a distance. It's pretty sick. What they got going on? Some lilies. Trying to think of what I could put over here. Hmm. Well, what's up, cats? Another peonies right there. That'd be pretty cool. I think I might do that. I'll be right back. I gotta step away for a little bit. You got tattoos, really? Aren't you in like the eighth grade? Hmm. Um, I got boring class. Right on, dude. Hell yeah. What'd your teacher say about that? So I'm gonna put a giant peonies right here. Giant peonies flower. Oh, right on. Cool. I noticed that, Cat. When you draw, you're always wearing gloves, which isn't a bad, like, that's not a bad thing. That's a good technique for multiple reasons. Because it keeps the oils from your skin off of the paper, which is good. Oh, right on. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that either. I knew a guy in my art class when I was in high school. He always used to wear gloves like that. Do you go to a private school, Cat? Used to. Not anymore. That's crazy, dude. That's wild. You got a tornado in your backyard right now. Ooh. I wouldn't go out there. That's scary, dude. Huh. Well, thanks for checking out the live stream again. Appreciate it. Thanks, dude. Yeah, it it looks pretty cool. I gotta work on that raven though, that crow. But for right now, doing another flower in the background. Yeah, that's that's not a bad idea. Release the energy from the energy that you feel. Oh, damn. Well, food's important. It's important to eat food. That's cool. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, can you see the tornado? Because if you could see the tornado, it's probably not a good thing to be outside. But people face their fears in different ways. I was talking to somebody about this earlier tonight. So, like, with shading and shadowing and shit like that, like, how are you doing it? Are you doing it with pencil or pen or even like color pencils or like, because when it comes to colors, that's a whole different ball game. But I could teach you like the basics of like shading with black and white. Okay, so like, say for example, these microns, they're different sizes. Okay, and this is not a good example. This piece is not a good example. This piece is some kind of a good example. We'll go to the owls. So for like this owl right here, to create that depth in the snout, what you want to do with shading is because all of this is light hitting that owl, right, from over here. So the light's hitting it. So there's dimension and form within the face, right? Well, with where there's less light hitting the face and more depth and dimension, you're going to get a darker shade. Where there's more light hitting the face, you're going to have a lighter shade or almost no pigment or mark or anything like that. So, like, if I hold this up to the camera, so I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that. So see in here, there's hardly any marks. So of course it's going to be lighter. But right around here, there's more depth in that area, so it's going to be darker because there's less light hitting it. I hope that makes sense. Oh, thank you, bro. I think my dad's awake. Awesome. I'm glad that makes sense to you. So like whenever you think about that, whenever you think about shading or creating depth in an image, think about where the light is coming from and where the light is hitting it the most. So in that object, that's where you're gonna have less marks, more lighter of an object. Where there's less light, that's where you're gonna have darker of an object. Hopefully that works. But I have been on here for a while, so I think I'm gonna peace out. And I gotta charge up my systems. I'll see you cats later. Sean Townz saying peace out.